There it is. WXBG, 7th floor. A mediocre HDI for a newsman. Either he's not that trustworthy or business is low.
This must be Mr. Ainsworth.
Hello, Mr. Ainsworth.
Yes, that's me. Who's asking?
My name is Phoenix Wallace. I'm a senior peace officer from the Peace Center, Mr. Ainsworth.
Nice to meet you. Call me Brian, please.
Oh, okay. You can call me Phoenix.
So, what brings you here, Phoenix?
Do you know a Captain Juan Antonio Perez?
Not personally, but yes, I know about him.
Then you must recall Captain Perez's death.
Sure, the plane accident case over Russian soil. Are you investigating his death?
No, I'm not. But Captain Perez's name came up in another case.
What case is that?
I cannot reveal that to you, Brian. It's ordered confidential by a judge.
I see. We understand confidentiality in the press. Besides, if you don't tell me about your case, how can I be helpful?
Okay. His name came up in a murder case.
Murder? Holy shit. In Andrianopolis?
No, in Russia. A man named Vasily Bogdanov from Adrianopolis was brutally murdered. And Captain Perez's service number was written on what appears to be a customer list.
You said written, right? Hand-written?
That's correct.
Hard to understand why some people get stuck with ancient traditions and never let go.
Who knows? So, what can you tell me about Captain Perez's death?
Well, his plane crashed into a mountainside in Russia, and he and the members of his crew were instantly killed.
Was he the commander of the aircraft?
Yes, he was, and I believe he was flying the plane at the time of the accident.
Were you able to obtain any flight recorder information?
No, I wasn't.
If you already knew about it, how come there was no news in your channel about it?
Well, GPSN made an official request. They cited national security reasons and asked us not to publish it.
And you instantly backed down?
GPSN is a colossal company, Phoenix. You know, you work for them. When they make such a request from a regional holovision channel like us, it's very hard to turn them down.
Are you worried that you may never get information from them again?
You are a clever one, Phoenix.
Is there anything you'd like to add about the crash?
Not really. I learned about the crash from one of my sources in Russia, then rushed to the military zone. But nobody there really cooperated. By the way, how did you come up with my name?
From First Lieutenant Thorson.
Oh, the Ice Queen.
That's not really politically correct, is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Phoenix. I didn't mean any disrespect to Officer Thorson, but her appearance was so...
Cold?
Well, you said it.
Right, okay. You don't happen to have any media about this, do you?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Really? What do you have?
I have some crappy 2D footage of the crash site.
Footage of the crash site? Why do you call it crappy?
Because it is. It was shot in the dark, with no light source. You can't see a darn thing.
Can I have a copy of this footage, please?
Sure, I'll try to locate it for you and get a copy made.
I would really appreciate that, Brian.
How about I give it to you over dinner tonight? At Cafe Rosé?
All right. Around 10 okay with you?
Great.
You won't forget the footage, right?
Don't worry, Phoenix. I won't.
Well, see you later then. Bye.
Goodbye, Phoenix.
Wow, Phoenix. You got a date for tonight. You lucky devil. Wait till Sandra hears about this.
Hi, I'm here to see Dr. Nemeth again, please.
Of course, officer. One moment. She is expecting you at her office.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Gisela. Do you have some time for me?
Yes, I do. Nice to see you again, Phoenix.
Can you tell me in layman's terms why Dr. Spencer died?
He had a massive brain hemorrhage. Never seen anything like it before.
Do you think he experienced a lot of pain before his death?
I very much doubt it.
And why is that?
We suspect the non-authorized device he was using triggered an unusual amount of brain activity. This activity immediately caused a massive hemorrhage, resulting in death.
What do you mean by unusual amount? How much brain activity are we talking about here?
Enough to blow one's mind, shall we say?
That's not a very scientific expression.
Well, you asked for layman's terms, and there you have it.
So, where is this device?
I believe it is being stored in the Office of Criminal Records and Evidence.
Do you think I can check it out?
I was told it will not be available until a later date.
Told by who?
My director.
Don't you find it odd that you haven't had any access to this device yet?
It is being kept under lock and key for safety reasons. I wouldn't want to fry my brain while fiddling with it, would you?
I would certainly not. But I'm still very curious about it.
Didn't you know? Curiosity killed the cat.
Do you have any idea how a device could do so much damage to the brain?
Well, my dear, the brain is a very sensitive organ.
Were there any traces of a concussion or exposure of harmful waves to the brain?
No, we did not detect any signs of even a minor hit on the head, and our scans revealed no signs of exposure to any harmful high-frequency waves.
So, do you have any theories about how this damage could have happened?
We are pretty sure there was some sort of an external manipulation. Hemorrhages, as such, just do not happen to healthy individuals.
Then you need to find out the link between the device and the hemorrhage.
Yes, we do. Actually, a neuroengineer from the NC Research Triangle is on his way to help us identify the link.
It is a shame that no other clues are at your disposal to help you make any sense out of this mystery.
Well, there is actually one detail that I forgot to mention, which makes it even more mysterious.
What is that?
We found semen on his clothing.
Semen? Really? I thought he was alone when he died.
He was. The house computer confirms that.
Then where did it come from?
Our lab results confirm that he ejaculated within seconds of the hemorrhage.
Do you think the device caused the ejaculation?
We are not sure, but that appears to be the case.
Can I see the body?
Certainly. Do you have a strong stomach?
Well, that depends on what condition the body is in.
I'm just kidding. It is in good shape for a dead man.
Where do you keep it?
It is kept in one of the rooms here at the rehab center.
How long are you going to keep it for?
We are going to keep it until the investigation is over.
What do you intend to do with the body when the investigation is over?
Nothing special. It will be properly cremated. Shall we?
When will he be terminated?
That depends on the progress of the investigation. The plug will be pulled the moment the investigation is completed.
Can you tell me the exact time of his death?
Sure. We determined it to be 7:03 a.m.
And what time was the body discovered?
Around 11, I believe.
In the morning or the evening?
In the morning, of course.
Oh, now I remember watching the news about his death that evening. It made quite a sensation.
Of course it did. He was using a non-certified electronic device. What a reckless thing to do.
It sure was reckless, and look where it got him.
Gisela, I think I've got all I need for my investigation. Thanks so much for all your help.
Sure thing, Phoenix.
The judge approved your request for a questioning warrant for the suspected peace officer impersonator and the hacker who refused to cooperate with you down in the metro tunnels. I have asked the GPSN military wing for assistance in apprehending these people. The leader of an elite commando team is on his way to my office.
So we'll discuss the details of the raid with him?
Yes, he'll probably ask for your help in order to locate and identify these people, and they'll take care of the rest.
Great.
Hello. How are you, Dagmar?
Sir, welcome. I was not expecting you.
Oh, that's quite all right. I just decided to make a surprise visit. That's all.
Please, take a seat, sir.
Thank you. I've been enthusiastically watching your progress in the Bogdanov case.
Thank you, sir.
I heard that you made a formal request for a special forces team concerning a raid to an underground area.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what this is about?
A lead that our senior officer Wallace pursued brought her to this computer-equipped room connected to the metro system. She identified a peace officer impersonator suspect in this location, and the suspect refused to cooperate. So, according to our regulations, I filed a request for a special forces team to take this person under custody.
Very well. I regret to inform you that your request is denied.
But why, sir?
I personally denied it. Those people down there are GPSN contractors doing very important work for our security. They work under my personal supervision and do not report to anyone else. And they are not to be disturbed again for this issue. Is that understood?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Good. Keep up the good work in the Bogdanov case. As you already know, it is a very critical case, and World Union's prestige depends upon it. We cannot let some rogue staters threaten our citizens.
That is correct, sir.
Well, good day to you all.
You heard, Mr. Hamilton. Those people in the metro system, whoever they may be, are not to be bothered again.
But Chief, if we explain the situation to Mr. Hamilton, maybe he'll agree, and...
Enough, Phoenix. We cannot question Mr. Hamilton's orders. Is that clear?
Crystal clear.
Now, get back to your case.
Yes, Chief.
I don't know. Something really weird is going on. Then again, orders are orders, right? That was unbelievable. Our chief executive, Mr. Hamilton, personally showing up to deny a request. What could those two be doing for our union? And why is everything such a secret? I feel so small and insignificant in situations like this. Just like those butterflies. Oh, Miss Vanderbilt is back. I should go and see her right away.
Hi, Jean-Michel.
Hello, Phoenix.
Man, you look tired. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Tell me, what's up?
We're on high alert.
You are? Why?
I don't know. All of a sudden, our DEFCON went up by 2.
Your what?
DEFCON. Defense condition. Currently, we're at DEFCON 4.
What does that mean?
It means we are nearly at war.
At war? With whom?
I haven't a clue. But they're keeping us at high alert, for some reason.
I don't understand. There's nothing of that sort in the news. Maybe a drill?
I doubt it. Drills don't last for days. Then again, who knows? By the way, Phoenix, this high alert status is strictly confidential, alright?
Mum's the word.
Not even to Sandra. If she hears it, the whole city can know within minutes, you know?
Oh, come on, Jean-Michel. She's not like that. All right, I won't tell her. I gotta run. See you later.
Greetings. This is the home of Lena Vanderbilt. How may I help you?
This is Phoenix Wallace from the Adrianopolis Peace and Security Center. Please inform Ms. Vanderbilt that I'm here.
Please hold. Working. Thank you for your cooperation. Please proceed inside.
Wow. This place looks like some house I want to live in someday. She must be Miss Vanderbilt.
Hi, my name is Phoenix Wallace. I'm from the Adrianopolis Peace and Security Center.
What can I do for you, officer?
I need some information from you regarding an active criminal case, Ms. Vanderbilt.
I'm not sure if it's the right time for this, Miss Wallace. You see, I just returned from rehab.
I'm aware of your circumstances, Ms. Vanderbilt, but I have an important case to solve, and the information you provide may be vital for my case.
I understand your duties, officer, and your dedication to your case is admirable, but I'm not quite ready for visitors yet.
I promise that I will not take much of your time. Please, this is a race against time.
Okay, just a few minutes, all right?
Thank you for your understanding, Ms. Vanderbilt. Did you ever seek art consultancy services from a Vasily Bogdanov?
Good grief. Don't tell me that man has anything to do with art.
I guess you did not receive such services from him.
Of course not. I wasn't that out of my mind. I hope I never see that slimy weasel again.
I'm sure you won't.
How come you're so sure?
Oh, of course. You were at the rehab.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Bogdanov is dead.
Oh, good gracious. Was he in an accident?
No, ma'am. He was murdered.
A murder in the Union? That's impossible.
No, not in the Union. He was murdered in the Russian rogue state, in a city called Odessa.
Oh, of course. Anything can happen in a rogue state. That's why they're called rogue, I guess.
I sense bitterness in your voice, Ms. Vanderbilt.
And I have good reasons for it.
When did you last see Mr. Bogdanov?
It was some time before my treatment at the rehab.
Can you give me a specific date?
My memories about those days are very vague. The doctors told me that it is a side effect of the device I used.
Okay. Did he ever talk about going to Russia?
Talking about going to Russia? No, he did not. Why would anyone go to Russia anyway?
People have their reasons.
Come on, officer. What reason would make anyone in their right mind go to a rogue state?
Well, an NGO duty could be a reason.
Maybe, but I wouldn't choose an NGO duty in such a risky area.
Familiarity could be another reason.
That's right. Our Bogdanov could fit right in with those slime balls in the rogue states.
My understanding is he actually did fit in.
What do you mean? Do you know something I don't?
Vasily Bogdanov immigrated to the Union from Russia only 3 years ago.
Oh, Phoebe. I'm so glad I got a hold of you.
What is it, Sandra? It sounds urgent.
You gotta meet me at the pyramid right away. Don't ask me what it's about. I'll tell you when I see you.
It better be important, Sandra. I'm right in the middle of something.
Of course it's important. You know I only ask for your help when it's absolutely vital.
Yeah, right. Well, whatever. I'll be there soon.
I'm afraid I need to leave now, Miss Vanderbilt. There seems to be an urgent situation at the pyramid. Can we continue our conversation tomorrow?
Of course, Officer Wallace. Goodbye.
I can't believe you called me here for my opinion on that dress. I told you I was in the middle of something important.
Phoenix, get a hold of yourself. You can always finish your important business later. But, you know these spring sales only last 1 hour. And I needed your opinion on that dress.
You know how crucial the Bogdanov case is. Unlike you, I can't afford to take shopping breaks like this from my work right now.
So you think my work is less important than yours?
No, I implied no such thing.
Come on, you're a peace officer. You should know better than anyone that our economy's well-being depends on responsible people like me, who make the effort to discover and rush to these sales. As far as our economic system is concerned, no business can be more important than a spring sale.
All right, big spender. You've made a good point. Now, let's go and check the leftovers.
That's my girl. Let's go.
Why can't I be like Sandra? She got what she wanted and left. And I can't find anything that I like. I sometimes think there's something wrong with me. That dumbass. I should visit that place tonight. Open sesame. That looks like a patch bay for audio-visual transmission. So many computers here. And they look so different than most of the computers that I've seen and used. Those pipes, or cables, whatever they are, they look so dangerous. Don't these people know anything about workplace safety? What should I wear? I gotta run. I'm getting late.
I really enjoyed that food.
I told you I know the best dishes here, didn't I?
You certainly did.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yes. You have the media with you, right?
I located it, but there wasn't enough time to get a copy. I'm really sorry, Phoenix. I will get you a copy tomorrow.
Okay.
Would you like to finish this wonderful evening with a drink in my apartment?
That could be interesting.
I have the best Syntho wines in stock.
That's really tempting.
Let's go then, shall we?
Okay, let's go.